सफर कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है। एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Very good evening to all. We at Franchise India welcomes you all to Bharat Franchise Show. It's India's biggest multi-franchise show ever, where our aim is to digitally present some of the handpicked opportunities for all of you. We do not endorse any brand. This is just a presentation of different business opportunities so that you can take a right decision. With this introduction, I also welcome brand participants who have joined us today to present their business model with us. I also welcome and invite the management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. During this webinar, we will try to cover all the aspects of business opportunities we will be showcasing. We also encourage all those who have joined to ask questions here and on our hotline number, which is 9717683838. I would also request Sonia ma'am to please take it forward and share a few words with us. Thank you, Sonia ma'am, for joining in today. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Stanley, and a very good evening to all our friends who have joined on this webinar from the city of Chennai. And we are on the 18th day of our Bharat Franchise Show, which we started on the 1st of June. And as Stanley mentioned, this is a 100-day multi-city show where every day we go to a new city, we travel to a new city virtually, and along with our participating brands and our team. And even after the lockdown, about 2 months back, we saw a very big demand in terms of inquiries, which started coming, especially from a lot of locations, tier 2 locations. And that was the reason we felt every city required attention and specific brands which are relevant for those cities and locations. And that was the reason we felt we need to curate, bring city specific brands every day. So each of these events that we do, we bring about 8 to 10 opportunities, and all these opportunities are unique industries. There's no industry or category that we duplicate. And at the same time, I would also advise that anyone who's looking at investing in any business, especially all our investors, while there are many options being presented to all of you, you need to find what is appropriate fitment as far as your choice of business is concerned, which ideally should take into consideration your own self-assessment as a entrepreneur, which maybe your choice, your own business skills. And second, you should also be able to assess the industry at large. And third is the market where you want to open. And equally important is the competition that you must be able to assess. And finally, a very detailed analysis on the brand that you finally selected. So with this, friends, I will also say Chennai is a city which has started to see a lot of new age entrepreneurs, and it has started to position itself as a capital for SaaS and a lot of deep tech startups in the recent years. And traditionally, the city had a lot of family-run businesses which became big chains, and all these retailers made a very big contribution to what modern retail is today. And many of these regional traditional chains are also expanding today via franchising to a lot of new markets. So in this forum, we'll bring to you some of the new age business opportunities for both unit and master franchisee. And without taking more time, I will also request our national head, my colleague Sanjay Bhatt, who will also introduce him, and our partner, Mr. Annamalai, who's a partner in the city of Chennai. I also welcome Dipanjan, who is our title sponsor, who will come and represent the company Hyper Exchange. And before we do that formally, I'll request Mr. Mare also to address all of us, followed by Sanjay.
Thank you, Sonia, and welcome, friends. Welcome to Chennai, a great city. We have a great success stories in Chennai. We have worked with one of the all top franchise companies there, and we have really seen the big success of franchising in that market. And Sonia is absolutely right. The most mature retail environment in the country was always Chennai. Almost all chains, if you really see, we are talking about the modern retail and all these things. This was actually done in 80s and 90s in Chennai, and then much later in other parts of the country. So it's a much evolved as a marketplace, and also a lot of new entrepreneurs will come in. But also, I will say this is a big market in its own self. When you want to really get into the market, you need to have deep understanding of the consumer behavior. And very, very strong behavior sense. And that's something which one has to do that. And so we would be very happy to share a lot of opportunities which are especially handpicked today for the Chennai city. And I will let my colleague who's from Chennai, Mr. Annamalai, talk a little more on that market and the opportunities which are there. As far as Franchiseindia is concerned, Franchiseindia is a very integrated, franchise solution company. But we give very different, different investor solutions which are available. You can choose multiple solutions through us. We have 11 solutions. One is a unit franchise. If you want to buy just a unit franchise, we have a lot of opportunities, actually over 800 different brands which are available. If you want to buy area franchise, we have some great opportunities on area, which can be both domestic and international. You can choose a master franchise if you say you want to take a full South India or even a national rights for a brand which is international brand. We have a lot of good global brands which are available, which are also available. We are also have introduced a new thing which is called fractional ownership. So a lot of people who are working in job, they don't want to take an active business model, but they want to be investor in a business. So they can take a fractional ownership of running business and take a share of that. Say a running franchise, 3 people can really share ownership of that business. There is actually a pub in Bangalore which has 200 investors, because as a private limited you can have about 200 investors. So one single pub has 200. So actually 3 colleagues from Citibank really came out, and they told other colleagues and say, you want to chip in? So everybody chips in a small money, and now these 3 partners actually are operating partners, and the rest everybody is an investor in that company. So a lot is happening on the fractional ownership side. You can also be an investor in a startup. A lot of people come and say, I don't want to buy a franchise, I want to invest in the company itself. So we can help you with investment in the company itself. So a lot of startup opportunities. We also have a fixed return on investment kind of investments also. So it can be purely investment where you get a fixed return. So we are doing a very interesting opportunity these days. It's called the most popular biryani brand in this country called Paradise Biryani, where you just put in capital and you get a fixed return on your capital. You don't have to manage the business, they manage the business. So a lot of these ROI based investments are also there, but we are very conscious at Franchiseindia. We don't promote companies which we don't feel confidence on. When we see Paradise, we know it's a 75 years of history backed by a good private equity group. So we are promoting that, but we are very conscious that we will only promote ROI based businesses where we are very confident and we can get results. We will also have opportunities of resale, which means a running business which you want to acquire, opportunities of joint venture, opportunities of contract manufacturing. We also have an opportunities where you have a land bank and you don't know what to want to do. So you want to maybe start retail, leisure, healthcare, education, any kind of opportunity on your land bank, because I know a lot of people in Chennai has a lot of lands in periphery. You might have a Chennai Bangalore highway, you might have other highways, because it's very well connected as a city. So there are a lot of people have highway properties and they want to really do that. We also have a phenomenal opportunity these days called GeoBP, which is a petrol pump from Reliance. Actually, we're looking for a lot of highway locations exclusively done by Franchiseindia, and Mr. Annamalai is looking after that opportunity in that market. And we also have opportunities of investment abroad. I know a lot of family businesses in Chennai have really invested into Singapore, Malaysia, which is very immediate market, especially for Tamils. This is a second home place. And also Middle East, GCC, a lot of GCC investments are happening. And if you want to do it in Europe, Canada, North America, or Australia, those opportunities are also available. So 11 different opportunity, and I think so. I will not take more time, because I can see Dipanjan is not liking them taking all the center stage, and he's the guy who is to take a center stage. He is the sponsor and a very valuable partner for us, and we're very excited to have Hyper Exchange as an opportunity, phenomenal opportunity, great idea, backed by a great team and a great founder himself, Dipanjan, and we're very delighted to have him. But before Dipanjan comes in, Sanjay, over to you for your comments, and then Mr. Annamalai.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful information, and thank you, Sonia ma'am, also for your data sharing with us, the idea sharing with us behind this show. As far as Franchiseindia is concerned, so for all the investors, we would like to thank you for your overwhelming response over the period of time. And when we are talking about physical events, which we were doing earlier, my physical event was actually scheduled on 29th and 30th of May, which was then we have not done that because of obvious reasons. Now, we don't want to let all our investors to wait for this opportunity. So we are digitally here with you, and we are bringing in hand-picked opportunities to showcase, and wherein you can obviously go for any other opportunity which you would like to. But before that, I think it's very, very important, once you are going for any opportunity to choose, there are a lot of parameters to understand. That's what Mr. Maria was also saying about 11 opportunities we have, different opportunities, which one to go for, which one is good for your market, which one is good for your pocket. So we have to be very, very alert on that. We need to understand this in-depth knowledge we need to have. To support you in that, Franchiseindia have got in 90 cities very, very strong network today. In Chennai, as we are in Chennai today, we are very pleased to welcome and introduce our business partner, which is Mr. Annamalai. He's very, very senior business consultant with us in Chennai, and he would be further evaluating with you and understanding your opportunity, because in this webinar, we are not able to take more than 10-12 brands, but Franchiseindia have got around 1,000 ready-made brands with us, which we are presenting to each market. And these are in different categories, different verticals, different industries, which we will definitely explore with you as per understanding which Mr. Annamalai would have with you. So first hand is the information which we are giving to you through this webinar, and every day 12 o'clock we launch a new brand. We give you enough information about the new opportunities. But just to evaluate that, just to take it to the final stage and to negotiate and to select a final one for yourself, it's always advisable at Franchiseindia, would always advise to have one good consultant in between who can handhold you, who can give you in-depth knowledge and information about the business model, about the financial model, about the agreements, about the background of the promoters, background of the companies, about their existing network, what they have, and then finally he will take you to the right opportunity. Right. So with that note, I'll welcome and invite Mr. Annamalai to his own city, which is Chennai. Right, Mr. Annamalai, over to you. 2 lines from your side.
Yeah. Thank you, Sanjay. Vanakkam, Chennai. இனிமையான இந்த மாலை பொழுதினிலே பிரான்சைஸ் இந்தியாவின் இந்த பாரத் பிரான்சைஸ் ஷோவை காண வந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வரவேற்பதில் பெருமை அடைகிறேன். பிரான்சைஸ் இந்தியா அவர்களுடைய 20 ஆண்டு கால அனுபவத்தை நம்மளுடன் பகிர்ந்து கொள்ள இந்த பேண்டமிக் பீரியடிலும் நம் இல்ல வரவேற்பறைக்கு தினமும் மாலை 7 மணிக்கு வந்து நமக்கு வாய்ப்புகளை வழங்குகிறார்கள். இதை சரியாக தேர்வு செய்து பயன்பட வேண்டும் என்று அன்புடன் வேண்டிக் கொள்கிறேன். Thank you, Mr. Gaurav Maria, the franchise encyclopedia who brought franchising into India 20 years back. Thank you, Sonia and Sanjay and the Franchiseindia team. You are all welcome to Chennai virtually. I welcome all the brands who are going to present their products today, and we are waiting anxiously to know more. Now over to the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Annamalai. And Mr.
Now
Annamalai has
let's
already
welcome.
said.
Yeah,
Please.
absolutely. He said a great welcome note. Thank you, Mr. Annamalai, to welcome us to Chennai. And this is my privilege to now introduce Dipanjan, who's a star for our evening, and he's going to be presenting opportunity with HX, opportunity which he's pursuing, and with his a lot of passion with his colleagues, and taking and building India's #1 refurbished hardware company. So over to you, Dipanjan. Tell your story, tell your vision, tell your mission, and all the partnership model which you're bringing for Chennai. Over to you.
Thank you, Gaurav, and wonderful to be. This is kind of one of the highlights of my evening. Welcome, Chennai. My name is Dipanjan Purkasa. Franchiseindia and Hyper Exchange has been doing this for the last 16 days, and we plan to do it for a total of 100 days in 100 towns. And you'd see me sipping coffee every evening, sitting here. This is really one of the highlights of my day. Very energizing working with the Franchiseindia team. I've worked with them for several years. It feels very startup-y, very peppy, full of energy. And now I heard from Annamalai-ji a new term for Gaurav, which is encyclopedia of franchising. So I hope that when you turn the encyclopedia on the page for H, you'll find Hyper Exchange. Really happy to be part of this group. Really honored. And so Chennai, I'm going to talk about Hyper Exchange, but before that, a quick bit about me. I am the CEO and founder of a company called Hyper Exchange. Hyper Exchange is the #1 trusted brand for refurbished electronics in India, and we're also going global now. I have around 25 years experience working across the globe in India, US, Canada, UK, working with very large companies, at the same time working with really small startups and scaling them. So my expertise really is in turning around companies and scaling them fast. And I wanted to bring that expertise back to my own business, because most of my life I've worked for other people and grown their businesses. And now my objective was really to grow that for my business. With that in mind, I came back from the US, packed my bags. I mean, we used to live there. My home was there, and I came back here to start this business. And it's been growing really fast. I'm going to talk more about that. And I'm going to talk about the team. And I'm also going to talk about the models in which you can join us and be a part of this phenomenal journey. So I'm going to start quickly with the video about the company, and we'll go from there. So my team tells me that I'm always selling. For those of you who paid attention to the video, you'll notice that there was a coupon code on the corner. All of you who paid attention are welcome to try that code on our website, and you'll get a discount. I always put these Easter eggs in my presentations, and just for people who are awake enough to kind of pay attention, but also for people who to kind of find something interesting to take back. I'm quickly going to go to my presentation now and talk more about the company. So the way this will go is that we're going to talk about Hyper Exchange as a company, what we've done, what we've achieved. We're going to talk about the market, what kind of market and the growth that we're seeing. We're going to talk about the options that we present to you as a partner, and then I'll open it up for questions. So if you look at us, look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see that we're not a very old company. We're actually pretty young. We're a startup. 2016, we started being incubated by Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, and then grew from strength to strength every year. In 2020, we were awarded the Retail Startup of the Year award by the Retailers Association of India, which is the apex body for retailers in the country. And this year in 2021, we actually won the Forbes magazine's 30 under 30 award, not just for India, but also for Asia. So we've been growing fast, and the products that we've been growing in are focus areas, just to give you a sense of what refurbished means, because I get a lot of these questions, what really is refurbished? So the products are very specifically mobiles, laptops, televisions, and accessories. And now when I say accessories, this could be Bluetooth headsets, speakers, it could be accessories to mobile phones like adapters and cases. The grades of these products are three different type of grades. One is new, which I think everybody is familiar with. The second is unboxed, which are essentially brand new products, but these are liquidated by the brands or the manufacturers, and they typically do not come with manufacturer's warranty. They carry the hyper exchange warranty. And then there's refurbished products, which are typically older products or pre-owned products, and these are repaired, made like new, and then sold back in the market. The channels that we work in for the sale of these products are typically offline and online. In offline, we work with some of the largest distributors, for example, with Ingram, which is the #1 distributor of mobile phones in India. We have an exclusive tie-up with them to sell offline. Online, we have Flipkart, Amazon, all the large marketplaces, and we are the top sellers on all these, marketplaces. And then we have HX Card, which is our own platform. The other offline channel is a franchisee network, and that's what we're planning to grow with you participating in this journey. The promise that these products have, when we sell these products, they come with a very specific set of promises, that those are the elements that a customer typically looks for in a refurbished product. We have a 12-month warranty, 7-day returns. So if customers don't like the product, they can return in 7 days. 9-month buyback, assured buyback for the product, and 1 tree planted for every product a customer orders. Now, I talked to you about our fast growth. Let's understand exactly how fast. We grow at over 100% year on year till 2020. And since the last year and a half, we've been growing almost by 100% month on month. So it's a very, very strong growth in the market. We are around 100 crores in revenue right now, sell around 10 to 15,000 products per month. And this, when I say 10 to 15,000 products, these are products that we sell to customers. We sell another around 10x of that to the B2B market for liquidation. So around 1 lakh products in liquidation. We have what we believe is a COVID-proof model. We have, in fact, been growing faster through the pandemic than we have grown before. As I mentioned, we are growing at around 100% year on year, but now we've been, this year will probably be around 400% growth. We utilize our own patented technology to bring efficiency to our supply chain. We have some of the only automation platforms available in this market across the globe. And I'm going to talk more about that. And we have a solid leadership team, which I'm going to talk about in a second. If you see, I already talk about Dipanjan, which is me, who's the CEO of the company. We have the 2 other co-founders, Ashish and Satanik. Ashish is the technology and operations head. He has multiple years experience, over 15 years experience working with large tech MNCs. In fact, before HyperExchange, he was part of TCS, where he was managing Ratan Tata's technology office. Satanik, he is our youngest co-founder. He's a Stanford graduate, and he is actually the person who won the Forbes 30 under 30 listing this year. We're supported by a very strong leadership. We have on the board, we have our investor and our chairman on the company, CP Gurnani, who's our chairman and also the CEO of and managing director of Tech Mahindra, one of the best known CEOs in the country. We have Devu Mukherjee, who's the chief marketing officer of the UB Group, and he also heads the Heineken brand in India. Before this, he was the CEO of Coca-Cola in India. And we have Mukesh Soni, who's the head of Apollo Global, which is one of the largest private equity companies in the world. He heads that for India. So very solid team delivering on this success. And I talked to you about the technology that we own. Well, the technology is very simple. It sounds very simple. I'll tell you what it is. It basically allows us, it's something called Faraday, which allows us to understand the value of the product that we're buying back. Now, this very simple element is very, very important for us, because If you don't understand the value of what you're buying back, you don't know how much repair you're going to need, what is your margin going to be. As a result of this technology that we built, which as I mentioned, is the only company in the world that does it, we are able to demonstrate 400% improvement in margin as compared to the market, and a 1/3 of the turnaround time. So 3x improvement in turnaround time. As a result, our customer loyalty sits at a whopping 79% in an industry which is very low customer loyal because people switch brands every year, but our customers come back and buy from us again and again. This is also supported by a very, very strong growing market. I had mentioned about the COVID positive element. The pandemic has actually created a perfect storm for this refurbished space because demand for gadgets have gone up as people have gone into this work from home mode and children are studying from home. The demand for gadgets have gone up significantly, but disposable income has gone down. So because of these two, and at the same time, semiconductor chip, silicon chip design, costs have gone up significantly. As a result, new product prices have gone up. So the three of these reasons together has created a very, very fast growth in this market. You'll see that on the right-hand side of your screen, where the Indian refurbished market is growing at a CAGR of 57% by volume and 80%, almost 79% by value. And a lot of that is happening in the the premium segment, in the and in the mid segment. So basically new products, people are buying more of the mid segment, and there's a huge aspiration for premium segment phones. And these premium segment phones, when you buy them in the refurbished space, they have the same value as a mid segment phone, and that is where the entire value of this product, of this space, is concentrated on today. So customers are either buying mid segment new or premium segment refurbished. And obviously premium segment has a far larger demand from that sense than mid segment, which is, as a result, you'll see new phone business is actually growing at around 7 to 12%, whereas refurbished products are growing at around 57 to 79%. Now, why us? Why do we feel that you should be choosing us? I mentioned already, we have been seeing massive growth. Our industry have been seeing massive growth. We are pandemic positive. We are something that is growing through the pandemic. So in the times of uncertainty, you should choose a business model that supports growth through this uncertainty. And we are one of those opportunities. We offer offline plus online, which means your sale and your revenue is not limited to your territory within which your store lies, but actually the whole national network is accessible to you. And we are providing assurances like minimum guarantee and stock correction that provides you a way to manage your risk. Now, if you were to choose us, what are the options you'd have? You have two essential options. One is to choose a master franchisee or a city franchisee for the city of Chennai, for example. And in that, you would have three opportunities. One is the direct store that you'll open. So you'll have revenue from buyback of devices and sale of the devices in the store. You'll also have a refurbishment factory that you'll build, which is where you'll repair these products, and we will provide you then I'll come to the support element. And you'll also have a training facility where you'll train technicians. And this will not happen, these will not happen in day one. Day one is your direct store. Month 2 is your refurbishment factory. Month 5 is your training facility. So from month 6 onward, you have all these three running in tandem. And the typical return on this payback is around 22.5 months and ROI is 42.5%. I'm going to talk about the minimum guarantee and stock correction in just a bit, because this applies not just to the master franchisee opportunity, but also for the unique franchisee opportunities. In addition to this, these three elements, the direct store and the refurbishment and training that the master franchisee will do, they will also help grow along with the brand and Franchiseindia will also help grow the unit franchise, which are essentially individual stores in the market of Chennai, which means at a minimum of 10 stores this year is our target that you and I will build together. And but a baseline of around 20 stores, and we would like to see it grow to around 25 stores. I think for a city of the scale of Chennai, that 25 is absolutely doable. It's not a challenge at all. But we're going to talk about more details maybe offline about why I feel that's the case. However, if you're not in the business of looking for a master franchisee right now, you all want to create a unit franchisee model, then there are three models. And this H experience model on the right-hand side of the screen is, by the way, the direct store format that a master franchisee will open first. I mentioned that they will open a store. This is the store they'll open. If you're a unit franchisee, you can also open any of these models. The H experience model is specifically focused on being it is the premium model. It's a model where you merge the mobile store, model with a cafe model. So this targets the exact target segment of, refurbished gadgets, which is the youth, college graduates and young professionals. They love sitting in cafes, working out of cafes, and also love visiting these, like buying these products. So you create an environment where this is like an experience store with a mobile, laptop, and electronic gadgets displays, and you also can do a F&B play there. Now, the F&B here, so I'm very clear, is not a kitchen format. These are ready to eat, ready mixed foods and beverages that's available. So the footprint will not include kitchen, and you'll not have to employ kitchen staff and get into regulatory elements around cooking. The other two models, H Exclusive and H Express, are smaller footprint. So H Experience is 700 square feet, H Exclusive is 500, and H Exclusive is 500, and H Express is 100. Now, H Exclusive and H Express are really just mobile stores. So there's no, cafe model here. And you can check the ROI and the payback on the screen. Now, what we will do, I mentioned that we will support you with everything. What we will do is we are a very tech-led company. So we'll provide the entire tech support right from your point of sale to your CRM, to your Salesforce, to your supply chain automation, to your Faraday, everything. The entire 360 of your process is covered by technology, which also means that you don't need to bring in a lot of domain knowledge of the mobile and the electronics, consumer electronics business with you. You don't need that. We have already built that into the system. You just need to focus on selling and managing your team. We'll also provide you with support around digital marketing and social media campaigns around for generating traffic. We will, and this is for the master franchisee, we will create your entire training module. We will train your trainers. We will provide the service module, set up your entire refurbishment shop, connect you with and sync you with our OEMs. Will provide all the spares. And last but not the least, we will also provide you with all our consumer finance partnerships, partnerships that we have built with banks and financing organizations, NBFCs, to provide consumer loans and EMIs to your customers. So that's the service that we provide to all of you. And that's the brand that we've built. Thank you for your patient hearing, and we'd love to see more questions from you today. Thank you. I do see two questions were answered. If there are more questions coming in, I know Satanik is probably online also answering some of these questions for us. So I'm going to stop the share. I actually have to go back to share because I think there'll be some questions around the minimum guarantee and everything else. But if you feel I could actually answer that during the questions itself rather than. So, Annamalaji, I see that you're obviously, I don't speak Tamil and I couldn't follow exactly what you mentioned, but I'm guessing you're welcome in Chennai.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions for the model on behalf of your investors? Did you have any questions, any thoughts?
I think I've been watching this at least this is the third time, and I'm just getting myself memorized on this because every day on the scene you're there. Maybe even if they need something, I can also give them a very good on this information on this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
The last 3 days I've been continuously watching yours.
Thank you. You're so kind. I think one of the elements that I will mention, since I don't see any questions, I'm guessing that some of the audience has also been watching us because they're very low. I think there's a question on what is the store cost? Do we have to take care? What about monthly operation costs? So I'm going to answer this from Mr. Prabhu Chinnapan, who's asked this question. So let me actually go back to sharing my screen. I thought that'll be probably the best way to do it. If you see this, if you see the master franchisee element, sorry, you'll notice that the black circle on the left, and this applies not just for the master franchisee, but also for the units. The reality is that, if we take an example of you taking a stock of around 50 lakhs, your store operation cost is obviously, we will have the financials for that. We've given you that your store cost, initial store cost will be around 11 lakhs. If you open up, master franchisee, and then you have another investment of 10 lakhs coming in from creating the refurbishment center after, 2 months, and the training center, which will be around 5 lakh setup costs after on the 5th month. Now, this is only if you're a master franchisee. If you want a unit franchisee, then you don't have that cost. Essentially your store cost for H Express is just 4 lakhs, which is basically your whole setup cost. And if you want to open a H Experience store, then the store cost is around 15 lakhs. So you don't have to take care, customer care, basically refurbishment, as I understand. I think you're saying care, but you mean refurbishment. You don't have to take refurbishment as a service if you don't want to. The master franchisee only will do that. But understand the elements around the minimum guarantee and stock correction. I'll give you an example. Say you're investing in 50 lakhs in stock. And this stock is essentially a stock of refurbished, unboxed, and new product. There will be a mix of this product that will be given to you: mobile phones and laptops and some accessories. Primarily mobile phones, some laptops, and a little bit of accessories. That will be the mix. Now, in this mix, you decide, say, from day one, that I am only going to spend 25 lakhs of this, invest 25 lakhs of this for store sales. Rest 25 lakhs, I want to sell online. I told you we give access to our online sales also. So we are absolutely okay with it. For any amount that you invest in your online sales, you'll get around 2 to 5% returns. On the other hand, for any sale that you do in store, you'll typically get around 10 to 12% returns. So it's your choice how much you want to do in store and how much you want to do online. Next, say in store, so in the same example, you've taken 25 lakhs worth of stock for your store and 25 lakhs online. Online, you'll get directly credited to your account, your money. But 25 lakhs, you're not able to sell ultimately. At the end of the month, we see, for whatever reason, maybe there was a lockdown, maybe there was less footfall in the beginning, whatever the reason, you're only able to sell 15 lakhs. 10 lakhs is still left stock. Here is where your minimum guarantee policy kicks in, where we give you, even though you've not sold the 10 lakhs worth of stock, we will give you a 9% annualized rate return on the 10 lakh and swipe the 10 lakh away, and again give you a fresh stock of, say, 50 lakhs for the next month. So that month one, you sold 50 lakhs worth of stock, 25 lakhs you sold at a per unit margin of 2 to 5%. Another 15 lakh you sold at 10 to 12%, and 10 lakh you sold at 9% annualized. That's what you did. And what it enabled you to do is create a flexible business model, which is not limited by, these waves of pandemic and these footfall issues and lockdown and, all of that. Well, if it's lockdown, your store is closed, you can sell completely online. If your store is flourishing, you can sell completely at your store. If you want to grow beyond your store, you can ask us and take advantage. So it's a very, very flexible model created with the thought. We've actually sat with multiple, of our partners and tried to thrash it out. And based on that, this has been provided. So that's one clarity I want to provide everybody. So there's a question that Prabhakar Palaniswamy has asked: how much would be the price difference between refurbished and prime product? Good question, sir. There's a very typical answer to this. So if a new product is costing 100 rupees, then the same model refurbished product typically costs anywhere between 60 to 75 rupees. That's the price difference. And the interesting part is, a retailer who sells that 100 rupee product, new product, in a mobile phone store, makes around 0.75 to 4% margin selling it at 100 rupees, and you will make 10 to 12% margin selling it at 60 rupees. That's the equation for you. So margins are higher, and you're also selling better products. At 4% margin, you'll only be able to sell very, in a new product, a mobile phone. 4%, you'll only be able to sell very down market products, Vivo, Oppo. If you sell Apple, the margin is only 0.75 to 1%. But in refurbish, you'll be able to sell Apple products at 10% margin. So it's an easier sell, of course. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mr. Dipanjan, for such a lovely presentation and the opportunity that you have showcased and taking up the questions in such a nice way. So we will definitely connect one-on-one with you for more queries. Thank you so much for joining in today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chennai, for the patient hearing. I'd love to see some of you who are interested in this product and talk to you again. Thank you. Take care. Have a nice evening. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. With this, I would now request our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to please showcase the GM capsule that he has for all of us today. Over to you, Gaurav, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience. Actually, Gaurav sir is having some technical issues, so let me just connect with him. Please bear with us. So we will move to the next brand, which is Eurocan, North India's leading education and immigration consultant with vast 14 plus years of successful experience. And I would request Mr. Amandeep Singh to please showcase the wonderful presentation and the opportunity that he has for all of us today. Over to you, Amandeep ji.
Thank you, Stanley. I just logged in on time, exact time. Namaste, Chennai. I hope everyone is doing great in Chennai. As Stanley shared, we are from Eurocan Global, India's leading study abroad and immigration consultancy. So before I start up my presentation, I'll just play a quick video about our brand and the services we provide. Then we'll proceed ahead with the franchising model and what we can offer as a franchisor. So my sincere regards to everyone watching from Chennai. Chennai is a place which, if we have to put on India map in terms of leading market for study abroad students. And if after Punjab there is a place where we can get higher number of students, that would only be the Chennai market. And if I have to figure out top three markets in India for Eurocan global, for countries that we deal in, it would be Chennai only. So pretty good market, pretty promising sector, and a pretty lucrative opportunity to be a part of Eurocan global. As you might have seen from the visas, we are a company into student visa and immigration services. We guide students, people to study, work, and settle abroad. So for education industry, for immigration, I need not give a basic information about what kind of sector this is. People are aware about this industry. There are a lot number of people going abroad for work, study, and permanent residency opportunities. So I'll just move ahead with this particular brand and this particular model. So people who are watching, if you are looking for something with less investment and more profit, you want to bring a leading brand to your market. Chennai is pretty competitive market, but majorly comprised of local companies. So I would hardly figure out two or three major primary players in the market, which are although a good competition. So if you want to bring a leading brand into your market, that would probably be Eurocan Global. And we had done a seminar last year in this particular city, and we got around 300 plus students in a single day, that too for European countries. So that is the kind of market this is. And this city, this market has highest number of visa success ratio as well. In terms of embassies, they have the highest grant issue, visa issuance ratio. So we are inviting franchises all over India. This today, Chennai being the place, this is something we mainly look for. We have our franchisee models into three different categories depending upon the area you are seeking franchisee in. With first model starting from 1.5 lakh going up to 3.5 lakh, the average investment is around 6 lakh rupees for 400 to 700 square feet area. This is model one, where you only give consultancy services which are of student visa, immigration, and permanent residency. Second model is consultancy plus training center, where you not only give visa consulting services, but you also offer in-house classes for IELTS, PT, TOEFL, CELPIP, and other study abroad related exam. Franchisee fees for these particular is bit higher, with the difference of 50,000 with each model. We also have another model, and it could work very well in Chennai market, is work from home model, where you can sit at your own place, you can work from your home, you need not take an office, you need not invest too much money. You can get a Eurocan Global email ID, Eurocan Global brand name, and from home itself you can do the enrollments from the online leads that we generate. So in a market like Chennai, this could work very well. I'll tell you the reason. We don't have any physical office in this particular city. However, we generate very good number of inquiries from Chennai market. So what we do, we guide them online, we give them information online, and we enroll those applications and process these from our North India offices. So something similar can be done from work from home by work from home entrepreneurs as well. They can guide students on call, through Zoom call, through Skype call, and then they can get the processing done from regional head office. We also invite women entrepreneurs to be part of this industry by just paying 1.25 lakh as a franchisee fee. With Gaurav sir's suggestion from Franchisee India, we wanted to do our best to promote women entrepreneurship. So this is pretty good opportunity, especially for women entrepreneurs to work into education sector, that too in a very promising industry. As far as payback time period is concerned, this is a sector which can generate in a market like Chennai. Chennai is a place we can accommodate up to 4 or 5 franchisee offices. So this is not a market for single office, but up to 4 or 5 locations, and each branch, each location doing 100 to 200 applications a year. So that is what this market potential is. It can generate around 1,000 students every single year, that to 90-95% of them getting visa. This is the only market in India which can generate this number of application and this number of visa success ratio at the same time. So our revenue sources are from commission that we get from university in lieu of the services we provide. In second model, we also get processing fees from the student for the training services we provide. This is a bit rough setup cost. You need 400 square feet area. You require approximately 2 lakh to 3 lakh rupees for setup cost, signage cost being another 25,000, then another 1 lakh rupees for the gadgets, then franchisee fees depending upon the model you are taking. So you'll be spending around 6 lakh rupees for the first model. Then your rental deposit and everything, you need to have another 3 months working capital in place to have a sustainable business. Then you need to have 3 or 4 staff members, being a business at business development manager, your counselors, your telecallers and helper. Average salary would vary from 70,000 going up to 1 lakh rupees. In number of revenue generated, we have a working cycle of at least 2 to 3 months per application. So your first month revenue won't be much high, your second month revenue won't be much high, but from second or third month onward, fourth month onward, you can start generating revenue, and it will go on a higher level only. In a market like Chennai, if you do 100 application a year, you are doing a business of 1 CR in a layman language. So if you are doing a business of 1 CR in layman language, keeping aside your setup costs of 40 to 50 lakh, you are generating a profit of 50 lakh rupees onward per year. That is something highly promising, and you can get a payback of your investment within 1 year. And these are some of the income projections that we have figured out. This is model 2, which is including the classroom. Here the additional cost only is of your setup cost in terms of classroom and additional franchisee fees, but you also get additional revenue from the coaching services you provide. So this is second model which we provide. Here you only need to have additional ILTS trainer and such other stuff. Similarly, working cycle is another 2 to 3 months, and after 3 months onward you can start generating revenue. This under this particular model, as you can see, in first year onward you can start generating 30 to 40 lakh rupees onward. But if you are generating good number of application, which I think in a market like Chennai, this is what data we have compiled is keeping in mind a low performing market or minimum average market. But in the market like Chennai, you can generate a revenue of 1 CR plus per year. So again, another income projection of model 2 that we have. Again, this franchisee income statement, what you make in 1 year, what you make in second year. So you can see second year onward you can cross a figure of 1 CR, and in market like Chennai this is achievable in the first year itself. So as normally we are asked by different franchisees that what all support or services we provide. So we have designed our model in a way you get A to Z support for everything. So finalizing a site shortlisting, how to design the office, what kind of branding you need to have, what kind of CRM is required, what sort of staff is required, how much salary they are supposed to be given, what sort of training to be given to them, what sort of materials are required. So we have designed everything keeping in mind via whatever prospective franchisee we are getting, they are laymen, they hardly know anything about this industry. So it won't create any sort of conflicts or difference of interest where people are unable to figure out what they are supposed to do. I have seen in this industry, people give a franchisee, but franchisees are not able to figure out where to get staff from, how to do the marketing, where to get students. You said that, okay, Eurocan Global said that you can make 1 crore a year, but how to get those students? You need to do print marketing, you need to do digital marketing. What is the right platform? So under Eurocan Global, we give a support for everything from starting till your branch is profitable and sustainable. About company, we deal into 40 plus countries. We are the one of the very few companies which are having a largest portfolio of countries. Name anything, we do work with that particular country. So we been honored by different organizations, different governments, and we have 13 plus awards for the work we have done, including Chief Minister of Punjab, Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, Chief Minister of Haryana, Education Minister of Punjab, Education Minister of Uttarakhand, and Governor of Gujarat, and various other central level cabinet ministers. We are certified by 50 plus countries, including UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and France, and many more. We are one of the very few in India which are certified by UK British Council to promote UK education in India. And this is how do we do our event coverages. Something similar we had done when we organized our Chennai events as well. I'm afraid this is not in our presentation, but we had got everything covered in all the leading newspapers in Chennai market. We have these weekly talk shows on different news channels, different talk expertise show where you have these topics on education, immigration, and travel industry. And even in a market like Chennai, there are lot many channels covering expert shows on different topics. So we are keen to set up an office in Chennai, and we have figured out our media partners who will help to penetrate that market on a faster scale. And some of the reviews by different students left on our different social media channels. As you can see, some of the press clippings of our different events that we had done. This is how we do our events. We generate around 100 to 250 students in a single day. Some of the students who got visa through us after this January till March. So despite lockdown, despite various travel restrictions, we were doing decent number of applications. We are making profits, and this includes students getting visas for UK, Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Malta. You name any country, we have got visas for that particular country. So as I mentioned, Chennai is a pretty big market. I'll tell you how. We Whenever we plan up a market, whenever we explore any particular new market, we do a thorough research of this particular city. So this is the highest number we have so far of all the events we done with Franchisee India, all the presentation we done with Franchisee India. So our target audience is approximately 1.7 million, approximately 17 lakh students. So this is a city which can generate on an average 1000 plus applications in a single year. So if there are 5 branches in this particular market, we can do 200 to 300 applications per branch. And if somebody is needing for a master franchisee, or somebody is needing for an exclusive rights franchisee for this Chennai city, they can do 1000 applications in a year. As I said, your investment for a single franchisee, and you're keeping in mind your marketing, limited marketing budget, you can do 100 to 200 applications in a year. But if you have good investment in place, you can put in good money for marketing, brand development, and product development. Within first year, you can do thousands application as well. That is somewhere hitting around gross turnover of 10 cr plus in a single year. That is a kind of this market potential this market has. So we look forward for like-minded people on board. We very need to start an office in this city. However, the challenge with this particular city after we did events is you need to have people who understand local language, who understand local culture, who understand local market far better than what we do. So if somebody like me is sitting, if somebody local is sitting, he or she is speaking in a local language, that will have a far better impact, far better trust in terms of being a local company. So we invite like-minded people to become on board as a Eurocan global franchisee. I won't call it a franchisee. This is just an word terming that association. So we want local like-minded entrepreneurs. So our franchisee model is more like getting a local CEO, local NMD. So you'll have product in place, you'll have the brand name in place, you'll have the marketing practice in place, you have the processing practice in place. So all we need is a visionary, like-minded entrepreneur who wants to have a profitable and a sustainable business. So if you want to have a further discussion, you want to have more information about what all services we offer, what kind of projected revenue we can offer, you can probably get in touch with Franchisee India team. If you require more information, or if you are having any other question, you can probably speak to Franchisee India team. We'll be more than happy to schedule any calls that you have. I'll just give it over to you, Stanley, for any further questions.
Thank you so much, Amandeep. I really appreciate the wonderful presentation that you have showcased. And now we can take a few questions from our senior consultant, Mr. Annamalaiji. Annamalaiji, if you have any question, we can take it up from the brand itself.
as you have been telling, this is really a wonderful market for education and.
Anamalaji, your voice is very low. We can barely hear you.
Okay. Now is it okay? Yeah. Amandeep, as you have been telling, Chennai is really a wonderful market. Basically, on the educational sectors, it's very good because a lot of people from Chennai and this part of South, most of them are going abroad, and the visa and all they have been processing and all that. This is a very good brand, and it will be very good for people who wanted to go in for either a master franchise or on a unit franchises also. Because Chennai covers a huge area, starting from Tambaram this side and Tambaram and Chrome, all that area is totally IT and all educated people. So market is going to be very good, and this will be a very good opportunity for Chennai. Thank you.
Thank you. You have covered it pretty well. Any other questions, Stanley?
Yeah, Amandeep, as I can see that there is one question in chat box by Mr. Prabhu Chinappa. The question is, Chennai is already established with well-known consultancies. So what is the strategy to enter into Chennai as new one?
See, we have done a thorough research. We spent approximately a year in figuring out all the markets. So as I mentioned, the biggest challenge we had is we had brand in place, we had product in place, we had marketing, we have everything in place. All we need is local people who are familiar with local language, local city to penetrate the market. We have system in place where I can generate over 10,000 leads in first month from the Chennai market. And to execute that data, to get an output from that data, we need a local partner. So our only challenge so far is getting a visionary, like-minded local partner. Rest in terms of product, rest in terms of marketing, rest in terms of brand, I have hardly figured out only 2 or 3 competitors, and this much competition is good to get into any particular market.
The language is a barrier in Chennai. The language is a barrier in Chennai because Hindi, because English and Tamil only is it goes well. So as rightly said, local language is more important.
Yes.
Thank you, Aman. Thank you for taking the question in such a nice way. And I'm sure that we will definitely have more questions from the partners who have joined. We will connect one-on-one with you.
Thank you. Namaste, Chennai. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you, Amandeep. Thank you for joining in today. So with this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Talbot, and would request Mr. Harsh and Manu to please showcase the wonderful presentation that they have for all of us. Over to you, Mr. Harsh, for the presentation.
Sure. Good evening, all. Hopefully, I'm audible. So, welcome to the entire Chennai crew, and it's always a pleasure to be here on this show. And we've had a wonderful association with Franchiseindia over the last year, building and growing what is now the fastest growing facility management company with a franchisee module. And today I'll be happy to share our journey and how we've progressed in building this program. So essentially, facility management, I know a lot of you would be curious what it is, but I'm sure none of you have been not in the facility management space at all. So facility management is essentially everywhere you go. At heart, it is nothing but managing real estate through a combination of technology and blue-collar deployment of staff. So whether it's a warehouse or a hospital or a commercial real estate or a residential community, you will always require security guards or pantry staff or housekeeping boys or technical staff. And that has to be combined with advanced gadgets as well as building management software, which is at heart of what Talbot does. As you can see, facility management as an industry has grown at a rapid pace. And in the next 5 years, it is going to go up to upwards of more than 2 lakh crores. And this additional 60,000 crore, which will get created over the next few years, will create a lot of value for players like Talbot, Force, and any other franchisee partner who comes on board for this. And the reasons for growth of facility management industry are very clear and apparent to anyone. There has been a lot of rise in mechanization and technology during this period. There is an increasing preference, especially over the last year since the COVID-19 has come up, for organized players to actually manage facility. People's awareness for hygiene and sanitization has grown tremendously during this period. And what we've been able to do over this last year is to create a lot of pandemic-free sectors where the facility management work has largely remained unaffected, whether it's hospitals, warehouses, or manufacturing facilities where requirement of this has essentially grown tremendously. And one of the other major trends that we are seeing here is that a lot of this work is now starting to get outsourced to a player like us. So what does Talbot Force stand for? Talbot Force essentially has been able to create a presence for it in more than 17 plus cities, covering more than 10 million square foot and managing more than 3,000 plus employees. Today, we are present across all the nooks and corners. We also have a fairly large presence in Chennai as we speak. The company today is co-promoted by SmartWorks, which is the largest managed office space / co-working space player in the country. We've been able to create a lot of value for all our employees and stakeholders. The company was funded in October 19, where we raised our first institutional round from Keppel Land, which is a government of Singapore-backed company. And largely, Talbot Force is following a very similar trajectory where we are getting a lot of traction, and the company will also follow a similar path. The backing by SmartWork ensures that there is a lot of steady business across all the cities where SmartWorks is present, along with access to a lot of SmartWork clients. So how is Talbot Force different today? Talbot Force is different in a big way because we've been growing across multiple sectors. We have access to a lot of diverse clientele. Today, the company also has access to a lot of world-class brands and manufacturers, particularly in the domain of advanced mechanized technology, as well as chemicals which are required to run this. The service and the quality standards that we follow are obviously all ISO, CDC, and FDA approved. And today we have a lot of diversified products and services which will be available to all our franchisee partners. Now, in terms of the clientele that we have today, you'll see we have a fairly diverse mix of corporate clients like Microsoft, Samsung, to industrial clients like Tata Steel, Hindalco. We are serving Flinto Box, which is one of the largest edtech players headquartered in Chennai. We also are serving government players like LIC, IRCTC, to residential and commercial clients. For example, we are serving Imami Tejomaya, which is one of the largest residential communities in Chennai. We are also serving a lot of BFSI clients. For example, we are serving Bajaj Finance across all its service partners in Chennai. We are also doing a lot of warehouses like Grofers in Chennai, as well as Pan India. And recently, we've been starting doing a lot of pandemic-proof sectors like production services and healthcare, which include AIG Hospitals, Sun Pharma, etc. We have a lot of diversified services, which include manpower services, sanitization, home care, and particularly a lot of our property technology modules, particularly in the domains of real estate operations, spatial management, is all something which is available to franchisee partners. So today, our franchisee program, which we've just started only a year back, has been able to gain a lot of traction, where we've been able to scale up and add more than 15 plus partners who in a very short period of time have covered more than 50 million square foot. The reason why we've started this entire franchisee program is what we've realized is that for success in facility management industry, there are largely two traits which are very, very important. One is what are the relationship management skills that you bring on board. Each one of you on the show, I'm sure, has a lot of relationships, whether it's in your residential community, whether it's your old colleagues who are now in senior positions in different corporations or warehouses. Each one of you brings a lot of relationships on board. And when that gets energized through a partner and a branded partner like Talbot, we can create a lot of new business opportunities which would be accessible to all. And second, obviously, you require great customer servicing skills, which obviously all of you in some form or shape bring on board. I will just show you a quick short video, which will tell you more about the program.
Talbot is because of their detailed business plan they showcased to us. Once onboarded, they had a very well-planned induction program. We are very positive that this is going to be a profitable venture for us. Thank you.
For the past 10 months, the journey with Talbot Force has been very fruitful and exciting. We were able to grab clients that we couldn't in the past. They've been very supportive. The team has been very motivating and encouraging to us since day one. Some of the clients that we would gather were Sai Surface Coating, Purva Summit, and some of the residential complexes that we did.
Thank you. So essentially, as you will see, facility management industry has two major features which basically make this very, very distinguished overall. Today, when we speak, you essentially end up getting a lot of annuity-based recurring contracts which generate monthly cash flows and monthly income. So today, if let's say you had 5 lakh to invest in an FD, you would typically end up only making 6%. Today, the rates have gone down to even 4.5%. But if you were to invest a similar quantum in a facility management contract, it would end up giving you a similar amount almost every month. And that is why the ROI that you will end up creating is going to be more than 36%. Now, in terms of the program, today the franchisee program comes with a very low investment where you can start your income generation from the first month itself and you can go live within 1 week. And what we've anecdotally seen with a lot of our partners, you can start generating meaningful income from month 3 and your return on investment is less than 6 months. If your model runs successfully, you have an opportunity to scale up to more than 1.5 crores within the first year itself, if largely you are able to back contracts today of more than 10 to 12 lakhs a month, because that then gets annualized to more than 1.5 crores. Now, in terms of the support that we provide, it's essentially a 5 framework support where you will see in the next slide. What does Talbot do for you? So essentially, once you come on board, we first provide you sales and marketing support, where we will be allocating you some of our national clients in your territory, who you will be able to manage from the beginning so that you start generating some cash flows. We will extend support to you through qualified databases, and we will also generate leads for you through digital platforms and social media. Our sales team will be available on ground for you in Chennai, where they will be providing you assistance in terms of preparing the proposals and collaterals. And we will also ensure that for large accounts, our persons will be available physically with you to represent the brand. In terms of execution and training, it will be the brand's responsibility to recruit blue-collar staff. And given that we are present in Chennai in a big way, we will be able to provide you assistance not only in terms of recruitment, but also in terms of on-site training support, where the blue-collar staff can come to the Talbot office regular basis and get trained themselves. We also provide working capital support. So for example, if let's say you were to bag one large contract of facility management, the brand will be more than willing to provide working capital to run that contract. We also give you a choice for you to deploy your own working capital. In the case you choose to deploy your own working capital, your profit margins on this will be significantly higher compared to when we do it. And obviously, we also provide you all the technology support that you require, whether it's in terms of driving customer relationship or in terms of using the gadgets that you require to manage the contract, or providing access to the ERP-based software or any other software that we've developed for you during this time. I'll just quickly share a couple of case studies which might be instructive. So one of our franchisee partners in Bangalore signed up, understood the program, got inducted, and he started disinfection, which essentially is obviously the need of the hour because of COVID-19. through the blue collar staff that was recruited by him through us. Within month 2, we were able to allocate some national contracts to him and also provide leads to him through our digital channels. In month 3, he was able to bag contracts by himself, which you can see 2 large PSS contracts. In month 5, we again were able to allocate some additional work to him. And in month 6, we are at a situation where he's doing monthly revenue of more than 25 lakhs. And that generates more than 3 crore annually for him, generating a surplus of more than 1 lakh for him on a monthly basis. Similarly, we had another franchisee partner in Ahmedabad who essentially had a very similar experience where he was starting to get operational in month 1. We allocated contracts to him in month 2 and month 3. Within month 4, he was able to bag contracts worth 8 lakhs, which went up to 20 lakhs. And now his annual turnover is more in the range of 2 crore and upwards, and he is able to generate surplus of more than 80,000 a month. So as you'll see, this entire belt of Chennai, right till Coimbatore, has a lot of stretch of work. And particularly what we've seen is that today, a lot of Chennai facilities, whether it's warehousing or manufacturing, are suffering from a lot of labor shortage because a lot of people have actually gone back to their hometowns and villages. And that is where our successful sourcing program is able to get a lot of them back and support. And we've been able to ramp up a lot of our business in this entire stretch. So as you'll see, Kanchipuram belt has a lot of work, particularly with regards to a lot of PSUs, as well as a lot of residential and real estate work. The entire belt of Srimaripur has actually also seen emergence of a lot of electronics and a lot of manufacturing facilities where we are able to service and provide a lot of work. So in totality, Chennai and Tamil Nadu, particularly given its highly industrialized state, has a lot of mix of work, which is a combination of production support services and regular facility management contracts, which if any of you as like-minded partners have relationships or ex-affiliation to, could potentially generate a lot of meaningful work in terms of facility management contract. And it frankly requires only 2 or 3 facility management contracts for you to generate a multi-crore annual turnover. And we are happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harsh, for a lovely presentation that you have. So now is the time that we can take up a few questions from our senior consultant, Mr. Annamalai. So Annamalai ji, if you have any question, please take it up.
Hi Harsh, how are you? We already met for a client, and yeah, we were just interacting for that. I think I've been to all your facilities. I've been to all your facilities, and they are really well. We get that Olympiad Tech Park and all that, and it's a wonderful facility. It's a very good opportunity. It's a very good opportunity in Chennai, and what you have been showcasing is really good. If there's any question, I'll come back to you, Harsh, on this.
Absolutely, we encourage all partners, any prospective partners, to go firsthand and visit our facilities in Chennai, which will give you a flavor of the type of work that we do. And I'm seeing in the chat box a lot of questions, particularly with regards to the investment and other questions. I'll be very, very happy to answer whenever they are directed to Mr. Annamalai, and our senior management team will also be available to answer the questions that you would like. Excellent. Any questions that I can help with, Mr. Annamalai?
No, nothing. I think we are done with it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your patience again.
Thank you, Harsh, for a wonderful presentation. We will definitely connect one-on-one with you for more queries. Thank you for joining in today.
You appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
With this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Paradise Biryani, and would request Mr. Rahul from the brand itself to showcase the delicious opportunity for all of us today. Over to you, Mr. Rahul, to showcase the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Just a minute. Okay. So I'm Rahul Pandita. I head the business expansion, business development and projects for Paradise Biryani, the brand from Hyderabad. About the Paradise, we we started our journey in 1953, and from the last 70 years, almost 70 years, we are into the business of delighting customers with our, prize biryani, which we call world's favorite biryani. We already are India's largest biryani player. We have been awarded multiple times on multiple platforms. And recent being we have got a place in Limca Book of Records for selling most biryani servings in 2017. Obviously, since then the numbers are increasing. So what we believe in our philosophy of great food, great service, and happy times, and staying true to our Indian brands. We believe in Atithi Devo Bhava, which is our customer is God. Obviously, whenever you visit Hyderabad, anyone visits Hyderabad, Paradise Biryani is the first stop for them. So you name, anyone, any celebrity from sporting field, or for that matter, politics or art and culture, they have visited us, and we have, and almost everyone who visits the streets is said that the visit is incomplete without visit to Paradise Biryani. Right now, we are present in 42. We have 42 locations, all company owned, company operated, and we are in 6 states as of now. Majorly in Telangana, Andhra. We are already in Chennai with our 5 stores. We are also in Bangalore with our 10 restaurants. And just before lockdown, we opened Kolkata, where we got huge response. And we have a couple of stores in Gurgaon. Now the time has come to aggressively, push the growth button, and that's where we are looking for partners in a FICO, franchise invested company operated model. So the model will be, just before I speak about the model, what we are, so I just want to give a little brief on why we think the brand has a huge potential. First, I'll talk about in general, about the restaurant industry. So Indian restaurant industry, the chains, the organized sector is growing at a very fast pace. We are already around 25% growth by FY19. But if you see the biryani market has only, as of now, it is dominated by unorganized players, the single standalone stores. So about 90% of the Indian biryani market is dominated by these stores, and the organized sector is only 10%. So we see a huge potential here. There's a huge gap to be filled, and I think the organized players will play a bigger role post COVID, because the our behavior has changed towards the food. So we are looking for most hygienic and safe places to eat. So this thing, and we have also seen post COVID, the recovery of the organized sector has been much better, and because they had been able to take that additional cost of the sanitization and other things which came up with the hygiene factor, so they are able to take that. So we see a huge potential here. Second is the in the surveys you will always feel that Indians, the frequency of eating out is very low. Right now, we as an average eat out 4 to 5 times in a month, whereas countries like Singapore or Hong Kong, they do 28. So there's a huge potential, and we are seeing it has been growing year on year. This figure was very low 2-3 years back, but it is growing. Still, it is very less. There's a huge scope here. Also, our expenditure towards this is increasing. This figure has been increasing. If you see last few years figures, this has been increasing. What if we summarize this, we feel that there are really 4 pillars for this to increase. One is the population which India has. Then there is a disposable income which is increasing year on year. There's a good quality organized sector which is in the food service segment which is coming up, and then dine out frequency is increasing year by year. Talking about specifically on biryani, so biryani, as you would be knowing, has overtaken burgers and pizzas for last 2 years. Is right now the most selling item, and is the most ordered, I would say, item right now in India, and it has been there for last 2 years, and it seems to be continuing. Last year, 5.5 lakh the orders were done. The online has increased. It has helped it a lot to reach to the customers. And if you see the the registrations on online, which we have got from our online partners like Swiggy and Zomato, they are increasing. Like right now, they have some 80 million registered users. So these things are really helping, and they're making us believe that this particular category has a lot of scope. The food delivery category itself is like growing by around 27%. It will be almost 27% by 2025. So what Paradise has brought in, we have developed a very unique omni-channel type of model, wherein the small model will have dine-in, takeaway, and delivery in itself. We are riding on the fact of our tech knowledge, which we have developed a Paradise Circle, which is a loyalty program. And in just 6 cities, we already have more than 30 members. It's a very good program, one of the best in India about the loyalty of any brand. We also seeing how the market is going towards delivery, have developed our own app. In just 4 or 5 months, we already have more than 2.5 lakh downloads. And the ratings on these apps is also very good. It's more than 4 in both Android as well as iOS. So what we are bringing is a best fit model, wherein the concept we have 6 decades of experience of serving biryani. The model is very efficient. We are COVID compliant, so there's no issue during COVID or during any such things. We are always compliant. We have a diverse menu. We use best of the ingredients, and the kitchen setup is always very hygienic. It is delivery and takeaway friendly. The format what we are 1100 to 1200, maximum to 1400 square feet, which we are proposing, is highly adaptable in malls, in high streets, on the premium residentials. Obviously, there's no compromise on quality as well as service excellence. And the return on investment is also very good, which I'll show in my next slide. Demand side, as I already said, biryani is already one of the most preferred cuisine in India right now. And biryani also travels across. So rice being one of the staple diets of India, we can go anywhere with this segment. Supply side, we have a very strategic partnership with the most key suppliers in India. It has been developed such that all the raw materials are easily available, so no issues and running the store. And we have a very state-of-the-art supply chain system in place. So what we are looking at is these are the areas where we are looking for the first phase of expansion, which is Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka, in Tamil Nadu. As of now, we are looking at Chennai and Vellore and some nearby places, then Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh at the end of the day. Since this is related to Chennai, so we are open to Chennai. We already have 5 places there. Chennai has a lot of potential, and we are really looking forward to Chennai. So this is a FICO model. What we are proposing is franchisee invested, company operated. Since we feel that the industry is about, other than food, is about service. So we are saying we'll run the restaurant since we are experienced in running the restaurants. And we also we'll get good partners in keeping the show going on. So the parameters would be investment will be by the Paradise, ownership, investment by the partner, ownership is to Paradise, operation will be taken care by Paradise, revenue will go to Paradise, but partner will get the revenue share. So it's like the restaurant will be on a 40 to 50 cover restaurant. Investment we are seeking is 80 lakh rupees. There are 2 options of return. One is a revenue share, wherein partner will get 7.5% on revenue every month for first 3 years, then 5% for next 3 years, and 3.5% next 3 years. So what we are proposing is a 20% IRR over a period of 9 years. Second is on the fixed return. Here we have got the return would be on the initial investment. So 2%, 1.5, 1.2. But in fixed return, since there's no risk involved, it is the IRR is at 10%. There will be a franchise fee of a non-refundable franchise fee of 2 lakh rupees. There is a refurbishment fee of 20% on 5th year. So the IRR is calculated based on these 2 values also. It has been calculated in this. There will be an exit option. There will be a buyback option. So every detail will be given one-on-one when someone has any questions. These will be explained with tables and graphs and in proper agreement state. The area what we are looking is around 1200 to 1400 carpet area store, ground floor. These are some site conditions. The site is we'll look for the site. If investor has the site, well and good. That agreement will be separate. So the lease agreement will be separate, and the rent will be paid over and above the investment returns. All the operating expenses will be borne by Paradise. Salaries, any facility expenditure will be borne by Paradise. That's from my side. I'm open to questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rahulji, for a wonderful presentation. Now is the time that we can take up questions from our senior consultant, Mr. Annamalaiji. Annamalaiji, we can take it up.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Rahul. We are all fans of your wonderful and a delicious brand biryani. Every time we come to Hyderabad, we make it a point. I make it a point to come and pick up something. Not only, even when people go there, they just bring it flight and give it to us. We even have it the next day morning. That is the emotion, and that is the thing. And Chennai, of course, you will be aware, Chennai is biryani lovers. A lot of biryani lovers in Chennai, and Chennai. And of course, Chennai is going to be a wonderful market for this. But I think you already have some stores in Chennai.
Yeah. We have 3 such models there. We have already 3 restaurants there. Then 2 are also in cloud kitchen format.
Oh, cloud kitchen format. Yes. Chennai is a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, it's doing very good business. That's why we are kept in first place.
Okay. So if anybody is interested in picking up for Chennai, it's really a good opportunity, and they are looking for expansion in Chennai and Vellore. Vellore is not far away, not very far away from Chennai. It's around 2.5 hours or something from here, and it's a very good locality because of the hospital.
So Vellore is in our route to Chennai, so that's why we have picked Vellore first, and then we'll go to other parts of the Chennai.
There are other biryanis are also famous in Vellore, but anything without any competition, you cannot run a business. So it's really worth doing it. It's really worth having it in Vellore as well as in Chennai. Very good. Yeah. It's a good opportunity. I'll just check whether there's any questions on that. Which location you are aiming in Chennai? That is the question. Already you are there in 3 locations in Chennai.
We are right now there in LB Road. We are there in T Nagar, and we are there in Katupakam. So all the other locations are as such open. So we usually do not open within 2 to 3 kilometers of radius. So good catchment. Obviously, if an investor looks for a location, he would look for the best location. We also do not compromise on the location. Any location suggestion is most welcome, because you being from Chennai would have better understanding of the market. We respect that, and since the investor would be will have trust on us with his money, so we think that it is our additional responsibility to get better returns for him. So location obviously will be very important for us. We'll do everything. We'll not compromise on the location. So any location is welcome as such. So there are, for example, Anna Nagar is there, Krompet is there. There are many locations which are open.
That is what is in the question box. Is Mogappair good? I think Anna Nagar and Mogappair actually 3 kilometers away each. Mogappair is also a good market, and Anna Nagar will be a much better market because it's a little elite. Because this biryani is a little elite and elite model. So it's better we have it in Anna Nagar, or even Mogappair is a good locality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mogappair is also good.
Thank you, Rahulji, for wonderful presentation. We will definitely connect one-on-one with you, with our partners. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
So with this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is uClean, India's largest chain of laundry stores with over 250 plus franchises. And I would request Mr. Arunabh to please showcase the wonderful presentation that he has for all of us today. Over to you, Arunabh-ji.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you so much, and a very warm welcome and good evening to all the investors from Chennai who have joined us today on this webinar. So before I start, I would like to say that uClean, which is already present in 66 cities of India, and we have more than 250 franchise partners across these 66 cities. Unfortunately, Chennai is still not there on the map of uClean. But for 2021, Tamil Nadu in entirety and Chennai in particular are our focus markets, and we would love to collaborate with entrepreneurs and potential franchise partners in the city. When I talk about the 250 plus franchise partners, one thing that I would really like to stress upon, and one thing that really stands out, is that out of these 250 franchisees, 23% of them are those who have invested in more than one unit. So they started with one unit, they liked the results, they enjoyed the industry, but very importantly, they liked the support extended by the Uclean team, and basis that they decided to go ahead and exist and invest in more than one Uclean units. So even in Chennai, we would love to collaborate with entrepreneurs who have a vision, who have a plan to open multiple Uclean stores over a period of time. We have already washed more than 30 million clothes in the last 4.5 years since the time we started our business from Delhi NCR. And in fact, in 2019 and 2020, Uclean was the fastest growing franchise brand in India. And this is across all sectors. So you look at food, you look at salon, you look at laundry, you would realize that both in 2019 and 2020, Uclean was the most accepted and the fastest growing franchise brand in the country. Now, since we are not in Chennai, but like I said before, Chennai is known as the laundry capital of India. And the reason for that is twofold. One is because Chennai is very hot and humid. So as a result of that, people tend to change their clothes very often. But more importantly, in Chennai, people have this love for wearing white clothes. Since you're wearing a lot of white clothes, the probability of these clothes getting dirty is also very, very high. Hence, the number of clothes that need to get washed in Chennai on a daily basis, or the number of clothes get dirty on a monthly or an annual basis, is very, very high. And that is why Chennai is rightly known as the laundry capital of India, and hence a top priority market for Uclean. Now, the reason why Chennai would love Uclean is exactly the reason why more than 5 lakh customers across 66 cities of India today give their laundry to Uclean. The first thing is we have introduced the concept of transparency in the laundry industry. So if you look at your local dhobi, when he comes to your place, he picks up your clothes and then he delivers them back a few days later. You would realize that in those few days, you have zero visibility into what is happening with your clothes. You do not know where they are getting washed. You do not know what kind of chemicals are being used. You do not know what kind of water is used. And very importantly, you do not even know how your expensive clothes are being handled. Uclean is a neighborhood, hyper-local, friendly format where the machines are at the store itself. The entire team is at the store. And as a customer, you can walk down to the store at any point in time and see the entire operation for yourself. What we've also done is we have introduced technology in the laundry industry. So as a customer today, you have the option to place an order directly through the Uclean app or through the Uclean website or through the centralized Uclean call center number. As a franchise partner, we would be giving you a proprietary Uclean software which will allow you to run your entire business from your laptop. So sitting anywhere in the world, you can literally see what is happening at your Chennai store. You can see the number of clothes that come in. You can see the number of customers that walk in, the number of customers that are placing an online order, the total billing for the day, the consumption of chemicals, the consumption of water. Everything can be managed and everything can be controlled from this centralized software that we would be giving you. Very importantly, you can keep sending SMSs to your customers so that they are aware of what is exactly happening with their clothes. We also understand that this is a blue-collar job and it might not be possible for every franchise partner to recruit team members on their own. Hence, as a brand, we take the complete responsibility of recruiting your team, training them, and deploying them at your store. And this training in itself is very special because what we do is we divide the training into 2 parts. The first part is where we talk about the regular wear. So something that is very common across India. So like denims, t-shirts, tops, these require only one kind of treatment, and that is the first part of training. The second part of training is very specialized and it is imparted depending on the city that the team is getting deployed at. So for example, if I talk about Chennai, Veshtis, Kanjivarams, these are very popular. So the team that would be deployed at any of our outlets in Chennai, they would be particularly trained on how to handle these typical clothes. And it is the combination of these 5 factors which has made Uclean such a loved brand across India. So much so that despite being the largest laundry brand in the country, we enjoy a rating of 4.5 on a scale of 5 on Google. And you can check this for yourself. Now, this is a very quick comparison that I have done, because one logical question, next question that you should be having is that since you already have a laundry machine at home, you have a maid at home, then why would you not get the clothes washed at home, and why would you outsource it to a Uclean store? So when you look at these comparison, the numbers that you see on your screen, on the left side, I have calculated the cost of getting your laundry done at home. On the right side, I have calculated the cost of outsourcing the laundry to a Uclean store. You would realize that not only are we cheaper, but at the same time, it is also easier to manage it with Uclean. With the maid, you have to have this headache of managing the maid, making sure that you're putting up with her tantrums. But in our case, we would be managing you. We would be scheduling the pickup and drop as per your convenience. You can cancel the booking, you can reschedule the booking. All this is available to you at the click of a button. This is the overall franchise model. The total investment required in a typical Uclean store is about 14 lakhs, where 5 lakh is the cost of equipment, where you will get one laundry machine, one steam iron table, and then you would have a voltage stabilizer, computer, printer, CCTV, etc. So all this put together is about 5 lakh rupees. The cost of setting up of the store for a 250 square feet area is roughly about 4 lakh rupees. The franchise fee that we are currently charging is 5 lakh rupees plus GST. But because we are very, very excited and very keen on entering the Chennai market, we have straight away discounted the franchise fee by 1 lakh rupees. So if anyone signs a franchisee in Chennai today or over the next few days, he would only be paying us 4 lakh rupees plus GST, and not the 5 lakh rupees that he would have to pay if he signed up in any other city of India. While we talk about the laundry industry, it is first I would like to talk about the performance of a typical Uclean store. The graph that you're looking at talks about the performance of an average Uclean store. So you would see that it would take a typical Uclean store about 3 months to become profitable. Then the older the store, the higher are the revenues and the higher is the profitability. The reason for that is, if you look at the laundry business and consider a family of 4 or 5 people, you would realize that you generate enough dirty laundry every week that needs to be cleaned. And this is what we focus on. Every customer of Uclean who is delighted would keep coming back to Uclean week after week after week. And that is why we have a centralized, dedicated customer delight team on our payrolls, whose only responsibility is to interact with all these customers, gather their feedback, and make sure that they are constantly delighted. So the moment you're about 5 or 6 months old, you would realize that majority of your customers are your loyalists who keep coming back to you every week. You don't have to spend any money on marketing them. So that is why the older the store, the higher the sales, the higher is the profitability. By the time you would be about 9 to 10 months old as a store, you should expect peak sales with one single machine. At the peak, you would be doing sales of anywhere between 3.5 to 4 lakh rupees on a per month basis. And your profit margin for a city like Chennai would be as high as 50%. So if you're doing a sales of say 3.5 lakh rupees, you would be taking home a profit of anywhere between 1.6 to 1.7 lakh rupees per month after removing all the expenses. And it would take you about 15 months to recover your initial investment of 13 lakh rupees. This is the overall support system that we would be extending to all franchise partners as long as they're in the system. I have already talked about our technology platform and the fact that we have apps and website available to enable the bookings. We will take complete responsibility of recruiting your team, training them, deploying them at your store. In case there is an attrition that happens, it is again our responsibility to find a replacement. We can also help you in finding the right location within Chennai. We have a very strong digital marketing team, And I'll show you result of that digital marketing exercise that I have done in the next couple of slides. We will also help you set up your entire store from scratch. So you can use your own vendor or you can use our vendor. The choice is absolutely yours. Our projects team would be supervising the vendors and providing them with all the designs and making sure that they're setting up the store in the right manner. We have our own supply chain. We manufacture our own chemicals. We manufacture our own detergents. We also manufacture our own packaging material. As a franchisee, you only need to log on to your software and you can place an order for any of these supplies. And after you have made the payment within 7 days, all the material would be delivered to your doorstep. The most important part is sales and marketing. And here we take complete control of digital marketing. So when you look at the laundry business today, you would realize that a lot of customers are placing orders online. So it is our responsibility as a brand to promote your store on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google, and target the customers that are living within 2 to 3 kilometer radius of your store. We would also need your support. So as a franchise partner, local level marketing activities like newspaper inserts, pamphlets, setting up canopy activities would be your responsibility. But you would also be doing this under our guidance. So our local marketing team will visit your location, understand the locality, figure out what kind of marketing activities would work, provide you with all the designs free of cost. You would only have to get them printed locally and distributed. We also work very closely with B2B clients. So we work with some of the largest hotel chains in India. We work with some of the biggest restaurant chains. We work with large-sized medical institutions. We work with apparel brands. We work with salons. So we have a host of B2B clientele. And we work on what I call an 80-20 formula. So as a store, your 80% business should always be retail, by which I mean families, bachelors, households. And the reason for that is these are high margin business. 20% would be B2B, where your hotels, salons, etc. come into play. These are lower margin business, but these are guaranteed recurring businesses. So we always follow this 80-20 thumb rule, where the main focus would always be on retail. And then there would be supporting B2B businesses, which would ensure that you have some guaranteed revenue every month. Now, these are the top 20 locations for starting a laundry and dry cleaning business in Chennai. In fact, the top 10 locations that you are seeing, these are absolutely guaranteed successful locations to start a laundry business in Chennai. Our digital marketing team works very closely with Google, and this entire data that I'm sharing with you, this is the data that we have directly received from Google. So if you talk about locations like Kodambakkam, Nungambakkam, Mylapore, OMR, Royapetta, these are the top 10 locations. And in case you're interested in starting a laundry and dry cleaning business in Chennai, and you're interested in partnering with UClean, we would say that you should absolutely go for one of these top 10 locations. So that's it from my side. Happy to take up any questions right now, or if somebody wants to later on connect for a one-on-one discussion, that is also most welcome.
Thank you, Arunabji. Wonderful presentation you have showcased. And we can now take up a few questions from our senior consultant, Mr. Annamalaiji. Annamalaiji, if you have any questions.
Hi, Arnab. Hi, Arnab.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I think every time you're presenting, you're being so specific about Chennai's the market and all that. The areas are really well-picked areas, and they are going to be very good. But do you have any outlets in Chennai already? You started one?
No, we don't have any outlet in Chennai yet.
You're looking in for first just to enter into the Chennai market. That's why you are giving a discount in the franchise fees.
Right.
Okay. No, but even I'm just searching for one, because your calculation is really wonderful, like 3,300 rupees in case you do it at home, and 3,100 rupees you just give it to the laundry. I think we can even canvas and get everything, but first thing is we should need somebody to do it here. So we are looking forward to somebody to come up soon to take up this wonderful opportunity. I wish somebody comes up and do it here. It's a good opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Arnabji. For more questions, we will definitely connect one-on-one with you. Thank you so much for joining in today. With this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Gem Selections, and would request Mr. Aradhya Khanna from the brand itself to showcase the wonderful presentation to all of us. Over to you, Mr. Aradhya.
Thank you, Stanley ji. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you,
Welcome,
Annamalai ji.
welcome.
Thank you. I would like to start the presentation with a short video. And Chennai is a very good market for our gemstones business, because people in Chennai, they are also fond of gemstones, and there is no brand in Chennai for gemstones. No particular shop also is there in Chennai which sells only gemstones. So if anybody opens up a Gem Selections franchise, he or she will get the first mover advantage.
Gem Selections, the world's biggest gemstone brand, founded in 1987 by Pankaj Khanna, with the only goal to bring the finest of the world to our customers. With more than 500 dealers worldwide, 1,904 affiliated astrologers and 15 stores around the globe, Gem Selections brings quality gemstones from factory to the hands of the customers directly. Technologically advanced ecosystems around gemstones are designed to benefit both the sellers and customers. Gem Selections has been recognized as a symbol of trust and genuinity by celebrities. With more than 2 crore YouTube lifetime views and over 50 lakh traffic across website and social media, Gem Selections has been the choice of all ages. Come partner with us and be a part of the largest growing gemstone brand in the world. Gem Selections.
Gem Selections is the retail brand of our group, Khanna Gems Group. It is the world's biggest brand for astrological gemstones today. My father, Mr. Pankaj Khanna, he is the chairman as well as the face of the brand. My father, Mr. Pankaj Khanna, he's a very renowned astrologer, and he's also the author of the best-selling book on gemstones, Mystery of Gemstones. So we have very strong offline presence today. I would like to play the short video.
Gem Selection stores around the world. 14 stores in India, Delhi, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Mumbai, Mysore, Bangalore. 2 stores in USA, San Francisco, California, and Idaho. 1 store in London, United Kingdom, and 1 store in Melbourne, Australia. Gems
Customer journey. One thing I want to clarify, that we are not into the business of jewelry. We are into the business of astrological gemstones. So right now, the jewelry market, it is at a very bad, the jewelry business is in a very bad condition right now, because nobody's buying jewelry. But people are buying more and more astrological gemstones. So why are they buying more and more astrological gemstones? When does a person buy an astrological gemstone? Only and only when he consults an astrologer, and the astrologer recommends him that you should wear this particular gemstone. This particular gemstone will strengthen this particular planet, and it will do good to you. So right now, due to the uncertainty in the market, everybody is under stress. Somebody has stress due to financial reasons. Somebody has stress due to emotional reasons. Somebody has stress due to health reasons. So everybody is under stress. They don't know what will happen to them in the future. So they are consulting more and more astrologers. And when they're consulting more and more astrologers, we have a network of more than 1,900 astrologers who recommend our brand. Like doctors and pharmaceutical companies, they work hand in hand to sell pharmaceutical company medicines. Similarly, we have a tie-up with more than 1,900 astrologers globally who recommend our brand for a commission. So our sales are increasing very fast even during this point of time. The second reason why our sales are increasing even during this point of time is that we are the only company in entire Asia which actually sells gemstones on EMI. We can sell gemstones from the value of 5,000 rupees to 15 lakh rupees on EMI for a duration of 6 months to 5 years. So let's say somebody wants to buy a 2 lakh rupee gemstone. They can come down to our store, pay just 20,000 rupees as down payment and take a 2 lakh rupee gemstone home. So they will not get this facility anywhere. We are the only company which actually sells gemstones on EMI. So because of this reason, what is happening right now, everybody wants to save cash. They want to have liquidity with them. So they will 100% opt for buying a gemstone on EMI. So let's say there are 10 people in the market and all of them are serious customers of gemstones. And they get to know, okay, Gem Selections is selling gemstones on EMI. So out of 10, actually 9 people will come to us because they are saving their money, na? So they will want to come to us only. So I will tell you about the entire customer journey. In our business, the first step is astrological consultation. So either the astrological consultation is given by an affiliate astrologer, our affiliate astrologer, or one of our team members. We also have an astrology team. So if the consultation has been given by the astrology team, the franchise partner will also get a share in it. After that, the customer will select which gemstone should I wear, right? In that also our franchise partner will get share. Then the next decision is ornament, because nobody can wear only the gemstone. Na? He or she will have to get it made into a ring, pendant or bracelet. So ornament selection. After that, ornament is manufactured. So we also have our own manufacturing facility. So the ornament will be manufactured at our manufacturing facility and our franchise partner will also get a commission in it. He will get commission in making charges. After that, Abhimantran is done of the gemstone. Our franchise partner will also get share in the Abhimantran charges we take from the customer. And then finally, the customer wears his gemstone. So you see, in the entire chain, we are there and we are making sure that our franchise partner also makes money with us. So impact of COVID, I've already discussed that our business is booming even during this point of time. So I will explain the franchise opportunity now.
Gem Selections Experience Center. We receive calls from nearly every district of this country. Let's say a customer sitting in Pushkar wants to buy a gemstone of rupees 2.5 lakhs, which he has selected on our website. He will be very afraid to order something of this value without any face-to-face interaction. The customer usually asks that do we have any branch office nearby? Here is where the role of Gem Selections Experience Center franchisee begins. We will redirect all our customers to our franchisee's address. He or she will take the payment from the customer. We will dispatch the particular gemstone from our headquarters to the franchisee's address, and then the customer will collect the gemstones from the franchisee. The franchisee will earn a good commission for facilitating the sale. Since we are the only company in India which sells gemstones on EMI, many people will inquire about the same from our franchisee as well. We will provide our internal software to the franchisee to access the customer's credit worthiness in order to sell gemstones on EMI. Does the franchisee owner need to be involved in the day-to-day operations? The franchisee owner does not need to be involved in the day-to-day operations at all. We have developed standard operating procedures for everything. Area required for the franchisee: 70 square feet to 100 square feet. Location of franchisee. The franchisee need not be in any mall or any main market, as our goal is not to sell to the walk-in customers. The franchisee can be opened in any location, but the location should be such that people should feel comfortable in carrying cash to buy their gemstone. Number of employees. Only one employee will be needed whose job will be to explain the customers about gemstones, take their ring size, place the order on our internal panel, collect money from the customer and hand over the gemstone to the customer.
We are Gem Selections, retail brand of the vertically integrated Khanna Gems Group, passionate about bringing the best gems, God's gift to humanity, to our esteemed customers at the best price possible. We are the first company in India to sell the precious gemstones in their untreated natural form on EMIs. Join our Gem Selections family as franchise owners and reap the benefits of our brand, heritage, support, marketing to take your franchise business to new heights. Why should you own a Gem Selection franchise? The most important reason is that you are associated with the brand Gem Selections, and our team supports the franchise owners in every way, starting from store pre-launch marketing to store launch activities, to the continuous marketing that we do to ensure your store does more business. Let us consider the pre-launch marketing for your store. Our team puts its best efforts to ensure that the customers are well aware of your store and are lined up by the time your store opens. How do we achieve this? We do multi-pronged marketing through various avenues to target customers of all generations. We start with a teaser video or ad on the social networking sites and print media to generate curiosity among the people. We also ensure a lot of media coverage, be it the TV channels or the radio or the newspapers. We don't leave any stone unturned when it comes to marketing. We put on a lot of videos and ads on social media like Instagram, Facebook and Twitter and start a countdown to your store's launch. Now comes the big day, the store opening. How do we help you out here, you wonder? On the store launch day, we ensure that all the top media is there to witness and cover the store launch. Our countdown has already made potential customers curious about the store. We circulate the e-invitations over the various social networking platforms and printed media to ensure the public is aware of the store opening. We update the store address on our websites and all our records and continue your store's marketing. The most significant advantage of joining hands with us is that we don't stop here. We continue to market for your store by running various Google ads. We also continue with the promotions and video ads on digital platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, blogger outreach, conduct contests, and do many more campaigns to create awareness of your store and to attract more customers. We ensure regular media coverage of the store in newspapers, radio, and TV channels. We also publish esteemed customers' testimonials to create the buzz about your store and its offerings. Not only this, we organize one special webinar every month for each and every of our franchise stores where Mr. Pankaj Khanna, Chairman of Gem Selections and Khanna Gems Group, himself will talk about gemstones and also interact with the audience. In any business, marketing is the biggest pain point, but our franchise partners need not worry about that as the entire burden of marketing is on us. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become a Gem Selections franchise owner.
Benefits for a franchisee for Gem Selections. Access to 65 crore worth of government lab certified gemstone inventory. Exclusive rights to operate Gem Selection store in a territory. Training program and certification to represent Gem Selections. Multiple revenue streams, EMI support to customers from our finance team. Access to all departments of Gem Selections headquarters. Full central and local marketing support. 24/7 audio and video CCTV surveillance which ensures autopilot operations. Franchisee support team to help with each and every issue on top priority. Technology support provided by Gem Selections.
Online and offline inventory. So our franchise store will have a limited inventory of 7.5 lakh rupees, and our franchise store will have access to our inventory which is worth more than 65 crores, which is available online. So our franchise store can sell any product either from the offline inventory or from the online inventory, and the franchise partner will get good margin in both the cases. So it's a very big opportunity because he's getting the access of such a large inventory. The second thing, what our franchise partner will get, he or she will get an exclusive territory. In that territory, no other Gem Selections franchise store will ever open. And training and everything will be done by us. One manager is compulsory in each and every franchise store. So we will make sure that the franchise partner he or she is also well trained, and their manager and their staff is also very well trained, because in our business is of trust. So it is very important that the person who's actually facing the customer, he or she understands the entire business and he knows about gemstones and its effect, everything in a very detailed manner. And we will make sure that our franchise partner and their manager are trained well enough that they are able to handle the customers. So we have multiple revenue streams. We sell gemstones to B2B sales are there, online and offline. We also sell gemstones to jewelers and to astrologers, and we also have a system through which we encourage housewives to recommend our brand and get commission in return. So we sell gemstones in each and every way possible. So full EMI support will be provided to our customers, our franchise store customers also, because we are the only brand in entire Asia which actually sells gemstones on EMI. So our potential franchisees who are watching this might be thinking, okay, they will shift the burden to us. No, that is not the case. In each and every EMI transaction, the transaction will be between us, that is our company, franchisees, customer, and the bank or the NBFC. The franchise partner is not involved in the transaction on paper, but the franchise partner will get his or her commission upfront. Whether the customer has paid his EMI or not, it has nothing to do with it. So the franchise partner will get his or her share upfront. So he has no risk whatsoever, even in an EMI transaction. All our departments are at complete disposal of our franchise partner. Full local and central marketing support will be there. 24/7 audio and video surveillance of the store will be there. 3-tier franchise support team is there to support the franchisees, and technology support will be provided by us end to end. What is the total investment? The total investment is 17 lakh rupees. So I will now tell the breakup of it. The stock will be of 7.5 lakh rupee. The franchise fees will be of 5 lakh rupee. The setup cost will be 3 lakh rupee. Our setup cost is not much because it's a small shop, very small shop, 100 square feet area. And the fitting and fit outs, fixtures, everything will be there, very good quality. Still, the cost will be 3 lakh rupee only. Working capital that we need is 1.5 lakh rupee that our franchise partner should keep with them at the beginning of the store, because it is equivalent to 3 months of operating expenses. So the space requirement, we have already discussed. 100 square feet area, one person who will be the manager, who will be everything. One person is only needed, and that will be trained end to end by us. Monthly operating expenses, rent 20,000 rupees, staff salary another 20,000 rupee, miscellaneous expenses 10,000 rupee. The total monthly expenses are 50,000 rupees. Revenue margin 20% on the online sale of gemstones and jewelry, 28% on the gemstones and jewelry stock, and 40% on the crystal stock. Revenue projections. So in the first year, we expect our franchise partner to have a turnover of approximately 60 lakh rupees. So I will like to clarify one thing, that all the projections are after the gestation period, that is after 3 months. Because 3 months it will take for the business to establish. After 3 months, the calculation of revenue will start. So in the first year, the revenue will be 60 lakh rupees. So what is the margin? The margin is 25%. Because you saw in the previous slide, on online sale, there is different margin. On the inventory which is lying at the store, there is different margin. And on crystals, there is different margin. So the weighted average margin is 25%. So 5 lakh rupee is the monthly sale, right? Because 60 lakh rupee annually. So 5 lakh rupee average monthly. So out of 5 lakh rupee, what is the gross profit? Gross profit is 25%. That is 1,25,000 rupees. What are the operating expenses? The operating expenses are only 50,000 rupees. So our franchise partners can actually take home 75,000 rupees from the 4th month. And it's a very big deal. Because in our business, what is the best thing about our business? Because when the turnover increases, the operating expenses, they don't increase. Let's say a restaurant is having a turnover of 1 crore and the restaurant wants to take the turnover to 2 crore. So what will happen? They will need a bigger area to serve the customers. More tables and all will be required. More staff in the kitchen will be required, right? But in our business, in the same 100 square feet shop, where initially the revenue will be 5 lakh rupee monthly, from that shop only, the franchise partner can have a monthly sale, monthly turnover or more than 1 crore also. Because in our business, the ticket size is big. So we need very few customers to achieve big numbers, and we don't need a lot of staff. So it is very good opportunity. So gross profit analysis, you can see that when the profit is increasing manifold, the expenses, they are incremental. They are increased very little. That is only because of inflation. 10% increase we have shown in the graph, because electricity will become expensive, staff salary will become more, right? So only 10% increase. But you see the profit, the net profit, it has increased manifold, which shows that our business, the moment the turnover rises, the profitability, it increases manifold. So we have 6 gems in our crown. Number 1, online presence. We have very strong online presence today. We have more than 50 lakh people who visit our websites every month. We have more than 2 crore YouTube lifetime views. We have Android and iOS applications. We are covered by almost all the media in this country. Various celebrities also talk about us on a very regular basis. Next gem is my father. He is an expert in the field of astrology and gemstones. So he is an authority on the subject. So people regard him like anything, and many people will be buying gemstones from our gem selections, main company-owned outlets and franchise outlets, only because he is the owner of the brand. Because of his face value, people will be buying gemstones from us. We, as I have explained earlier, we have tied with more than 1900 astrologers globally. So we are the only company which is actually selling gemstones on EMI. We have been awarded by various national as well as international organizations.
Gem Selections has built up its reputation through genuineness and dedication with only one goal: delivering the best of best to our customers. We select 1 in hundreds as our franchisee partner to ensure the integrity of our brand and its future endeavor after statistical analysis by our team and chairman, Mr. Pankaj Khanna himself.
So we are very selective when it comes to choosing the franchise partners, because we have built the brand with a lot of hard work. And we want that only people who have long-term vision, they only partner with us. We don't want people who are very short-sighted, that they want to double the money the next day. Our business is very profitable, but our business is a business of patience. So initially 3 months, the franchise partner will have to be patient, because from the 4th or 5th month only, the sales will start rising, because our business is a very royal business. So we can't just keep on calling the customer, you didn't buy the gemstone, you didn't buy the gemstone. The customer will never buy. We have to give space to the customer, and the way we work, it is very, very royal. So if the right person joins hand with us, he can make a fortune with us. Literally, he can make a fortune with us. So we are very selective when it comes to choosing the franchise partners. You have to apply first, then there will be a screening round, then there will be an interview, then only you can actually become a franchise partner. You will have to apply first.
It's a double celebration though, because Gem Selections has just opened up a brand new store right here in Melbourne, Australia. Go check it out. I'm so excited. I wish you guys every success.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aradhya, with lovely presentation. We can take a few questions with our senior consultant, Mr. Rannamalai.
Yeah, Aradhya. It was really a wonderful presentation, and you had all the information right. I think people need not come and ask you for any more questions, because it's all been very precise and very clear. And of course, it's the need of the hour. It's a need of the hour. Although, as you have been rightly telling, people do not buy jewelry, but gemstone. And you have been telling right that Chennai does not have any exclusive gemstone stores or something, and only it's being sold only with the regular jewelers, maybe one or two, as per the advice of the astrologers. So this is the right opportunity and the right time for Chennai. And Chennai, if anybody is looking in for this opportunity, this is going to be a wonderful opportunity. And I have been watching this gemstone for a very long time in Franchiseindia, and it's really a wonderful franchise model. Thank you.
Thank you, Namilai ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aradhya, for showcasing the wonderful presentation. I'm sure that we will definitely would have few questions. So we'll definitely connect one-on-one with you for those questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stanley ji. Thank you.
With this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, with the Jahangir Motors, and would request Mr. Abhishek from the brand itself to showcase the wonderful presentation that he has for all of us today. Over to you, Mr. Abhishek.
Thank you, Stanley and Franchiseindia team. Stanley, please play the PPT.
Yeah.
So is it visible to all? Hello?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible.
Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
So hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Abhishek. I'm business analyst at Jahangir Motors. So before starting anything, I would like to give you a brief idea about Jahangir Motors. So Jahangir Motors is an electric mobility solution provider. Under the brand Jahangir Motors, we manufacture electric vehicles. So our base location is Gurugram, India, which shares border with the capital of India, Delhi. Please go to the next slide. So we have started our journey in 1992 as auto parts manufacturer. We manufacture auto parts for Maruti, Honda, Nippon, Minda, and various automobile companies. As we all know, providing manufacturing support to these companies require high quality assurance and product satisfaction. So by keeping same high quality standard in mind, we had started our brand electric vehicle manufacturing business under the name of Jahangir Motors in 2015. At present, Jahangir Motors has deployed its dealership network in 18 plus states and have its presence with 160 plus dealers pan-India. So till now, we have sold around 50,000 electric vehicles pan-India and globally, and we have a target to reach 1 lakh plus vehicles by the end of 2022. Please go to the next slide. So basically, under the brand Jahangir Motors, we are dealing in 4 categories of vehicles. The first one is 3-wheeler electric passenger vehicle. The second one is 3-wheeler electric cargo. And the third one, and the most in demand, is electric scooters. The fourth category is a special category. You all must have seen the food carts. We have given a tagline to them, that food on wheels. I will describe all these vehicles in the coming slides. Please go to the first section. Next slide. So on screen, you can see various models which we are manufacturing in passenger section. Under passenger section, there are various electric auto. There are various vehicles, including electric auto, open electric rickshaw. The last model, which is in red color, which is with model name is DLX Prime. It is similar to a traditional auto rickshaw. So we have already created benchmark in this segment of vehicles. Around 60% of vehicles which we have already sold are from passenger vehicle section. Even Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, which is a government organization, is using our Jahangir Prime model, which is in red color, packed auto rickshaw, the last one on the screen, for its fleet service across metro stations. Please go to the next slide. So these are technical specifications of electric passenger vehicles. So basically, there are a lot of parts which we are using in electric vehicles. So we have described complete details about parts, materials which we are using in the vehicles. In electric vehicles, we usually use several components like motor, controller, battery. Here we have just got detail of major components. If you want to analyze in a detailed manner, let's say you are a technical person and you want some more details about it, we will share you the necessary documents. Please go to the next slide. So this is the second section, which is electric cargo. So as I have earlier described you that we are also working cargo designing. So this category of vehicles are designed for commercial loading purpose. Electric cargo majorly includes three variety of vehicles. The first one is LDR cargo, which has a capacity, load carrying capacity of 500 kgs. And the second one is higher load carrying capacity, which we have named Cargo Super, which have a capacity, which on screen you can see the yellow one. The model name is LDR Super. Its load carrying capacity is 800 kgs. Okay, the last vehicle on screen, which is in green color, is used for garbage collection and dumping. So basically, the last vehicle in this screen is used by government organizations, municipalities, and some private organizations like malls for their garbage collection and dumping. So we have already supplied into various states and this private organizations for their dumping purpose. Please go to the next slide. So again, these are technical specifications of cargo vehicle. The difference come in design and load carrying capacity and the motor capacity of the vehicle. So if you want to analyze in a detailed manner, we will provide you the document. Please go to the next slide. So apart from vehicle manufacturing, we have several types with battery manufacturing companies. So basically in electric vehicle, we use two types of batteries. First one is lead acid battery and the second one is lithium ion batteries. And we, just like mobile phone, we use charger for these vehicles. So basically our vehicle can be charged in domestic household sockets also. So there's an ease of charging in these vehicles. So these, the battery manufacturing companies, the batteries which we are taking from these companies are highly tested and safe for the end user. Please go to the next slide. So this is the third section, which is electric scooters. So we also manufacture and supply electric scooters. In terms of efficiency, these scooters are highly efficient as compared to the traditional diesel and petrol vehicles. So we have prepared a detailed document about it regarding its technical specification, vehicle speed, and battery capacity. I will share with the team. So you will get the complete information about all the vehicles. Please go to the next slide. So this is the fourth category of vehicle, that is food carts. We have launched this vehicle 6 months ago and the response is very good. The comparison, if you compare that some food vendor want to start their business and they have to pay the rent. So this product have make their way to start business easy. So there is no cost of rent. They can move their business anywhere they want, and it is efficient because it is on electric vehicle, and the average consumption consumption of electricity and the efficiency of vehicle in especially in three-wheeler segment is 0.25 paisa per kilometer as compared to diesel and petrol, which goes at 3 rupee per kilometer. Please go to the next slide. So this is the hierarchy of operational process which we follow from production unit to the end customer. The major 2 points are distributor point and dealer points. From production unit, distributors will get supply. Then from distributor end, dealers will get supply for specific territories. So as I have earlier described you that we are present in 18 plus states and we have a dealer network of 160 plus pan India. So we are working globally also. We are deploying our CNF unit in Yemen, and we are also deploying our semi knockdown plant in Nepal also. Please go to the next slide. So this is a general view of a Jangir retail store, which is similar to a traditional automobile store. The difference comes in only design and the system. We have already deployed a software for our store also. So it will make the dealer distributor work easy to maintain their inventory and vehicle sale data. So talking about the documents, the basic documents to start as a dealer and distributor is a GST certificate and owner KYC details and some other document as per state norms. So on screen, you can see various bank details that to provide loan facilities to the end user. We have several types with financial institutions. It includes several government and private finance providers. So it is making the way easy to sell products at dealer end and distributor end so that the end user can easily purchase and take loans from these banks. We have done tie-up from these banks. Please go to the next slide. So on screen, you can see these are some of the product launching events organized by Junket Motors. We are also supporting Make in India program by Government of India. Some state governments are also providing subsidies on electric vehicles. I would like to mention this point. In Delhi, as per state norms, Delhi government is giving 30,000 subsidy on electric vehicles. Similarly, in Gujarat, as per if we differentiate state-wise, Gujarat government is supporting 40,000. So as per state governments, they are also supporting electric vehicles and they are giving subsidies as per their state norms. Let's go to the next slide. So this is historical overview of our company, that how we have started as auto parts manufacturer for top companies, and now we are continuing our journey as an electric vehicle manufacturer to provide sustainable mobility solutions. Please go to the next slide. So every company have a vision that they want to create, they want to change something by their business, by their vision. Talking about our mission, our mission is to reduce carbon emission and deploy a network of e-vehicles pan-India and globally for sustainable mobility. So you all are welcome to join Junket Motors as a dealer or distributor. As you all have already got some idea about electric vehicle industry, that electric mobility products are high in demand. And I also think that the upcoming decade will be electric mobility decade. So this brings me to the end of my session. If you have any query, you can ask us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Abhishek. Wonderful presentation it was. I would now request our senior consultant, Mr. Annamalai, to come up with few questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek. I think this is one of the wonderful electrical is a need of the hour now. And do you have any outlets in Chennai or any dealerships in Chennai already?
No, sir. Right now we have our all over. We have 52 dealers in UP and Bihar. If we talk about the complete dealers and distributor, we have a network of 160 plus dealers. Right now we are supplying Chennai, Andhra, and this Maharashtra. We are directly supplying there.
Okay, directly to the clients. Directly to the clients. Products are being supplied. Mostly these government offices and the government departments, they use these electrical vehicles.
Even government department also, and especially for passenger vehicles, normal auto rickshaw driver is also preferring these vehicles because it is efficient as compared to the traditional one.
Okay. That's a really a good brand, and I think there is no question on this. But if there is anything else, I'll just come back to you.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek, for taking our time and showcasing the presentation to all our investors who have joined. Thank you so much for joining in today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. So we will now move towards the end of the session. And before we close the session, I would request our senior consultant, Mr. Annamalai, to please share some words, as I can see that there are investors who are still with us. So this shows the interest and how keen they are to join the new business and start their own franchising business. So I would request Annamalai to please share a few words for them.
No. First of all, I have to thank Franchiseindia team for selecting a wonderful product and the product that is really needed in Chennai. I think you have 14,000-15,000 odd products or something, but you have been able to select the best that will go well in Chennai, and that is around the south, around that's a wonderful selection of products and this thing, and the brands they really presented well, and it was all an awesome presentation. And of course the participants, I'm really happy that 33 of them, although there were around 120, 130 in the beginning, now 33 of them are still were waiting to hear us. Thank you participants, and thank you investors. Thank you all. Thank you Franchise India team for this wonderful Chennai show, Bharat show.
Thank you, Annamalai. So before we close the session, I would thank all our investors who have joined today. So we have taken few questions from them. So there are still a few questions which are left. So they can dial the number, which is our hotline number, which is 9717-3838. Dial that number to get more information about the other brands as well. Here we will have a time limit so that, we have showcased a very limited brands to you, but we have other number of brands that you can definitely get in touch and get the information for that as well. Tomorrow, again, we are doing the show in another city. So for that, if you want to explore, you can register now and get, knowledge on more brands and more new business opportunities. And every day at 12 afternoon, we launch a new brand, a new business every day. So for new business opportunities, if you want to explore, if you want to search, then you can like our Facebook page, and then you can, get regular updates on new business opportunities as well. Thank you so much for joining in today. Happy franchising and good night.
Thank you.